But let's rewind before we get to the poll. Let's look at the quarterfinal. Juventus were facing the Miracle at Camp Nou Merchants. The heat was with Barcelona. The heat was in Barcelona. I'm taking you to 2017. They had just beaten PSG in one of the most dramatic football matches of all time. Everyone was like, no, this is Barca's year. This is Barca's year. Neymar is on one. Cannonball is there. Messi is there. This is their own one. You did. Hey, who are these dudes? Allegri, what is that? Oh, these are the guys that messed up in 2015. 180 minutes. 180 minutes. That's a long time. It's a long time. I can bake an egg. You can build a country in 180 minutes. You can build a country. You can live a life in 180 minutes. You can do a lot in 180 minutes. It's a long time. It's a long time. 3 hours. That's Lord of the Rings. That's not as long as Lawrence of Arabia, actually, but still. When they kept Barcelona out for 180 minutes, I was like, okay, what is this? What are we witnessing? Then they did their thing against Monaco. And when they were in the final, I was like, this is it. Buffon has never won a Champions League. This is it. They've not won this since, I think, in 96. Gianluca Vialli. This is it. This is it. Nobody had ever defended their title. So the script said, Real, they're not going to defend their title because no one ever has. So you're going to win. Everything set the stage for Juventus. It was an amazing first half. I was in a pub. I was right in there, watching it, all hyped up. It was a great crowd. And that's something that that COVID, has actually, made me miss about just the congregation and communion of people all congregated around a TV watching a football match. It is one of the most amazing experiences you can have. Whether you're in a restaurant or in a bar and a whole group of people are just reacting live to a football match, it is an incredible experience. And COVID denying us that, I just think is extremely sad. Because I remember the reaction when Mandzukic scored. It was a crazy reaction. And second half, they got torched. They got rebranded. They got figmented. And they got examined by Real Madrid. It was a re-examination. They got played off the park. Modric had the ball. Cristiano did the deed. But there was one name that shocked me. Angered me. Paulo Dybala. This was your coming out party. I was like, boom, this is it. Juve win the Champions League. Dybala inspires them. And Dybala finally announces himself as, yep, I'm the new kid on the block. I am that dude. Respect me. Respect me. Respect me. He didn't show up. I was shocked. After the game, I called him up. Spoke to his assistant. Said, I want to speak to Paulo Dybala. I said, who's this? I said, this is Half Hope. He said, we don't know it. I said, this is Half Hope. And they're like, oh, oops. I said, I don't want to hear oops. Get him on the phone. I was waiting for about 10 minutes. Stuff. Had like hot chocolate, caviar, and fruit pastels. Very sugary, but it is what it is. Dybala said, is this Half Hope? I said, yeah, it is actually. Then he said, oh, how may I help you? I said, what? He said, oh, how may I help you? We just lost the game. I was like, you realize that you messed up in a narrative. He's like, oh. I said, oh, really? Oh. So you can say, oh, you realize now that you've given Cristiano another Champions League. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, now you do. Now you do. Then I just, because I wanted to start calm. I said, what happened? Then he just started rambling on and said, look, man, it is what it is, you know, football is here and there, everything's very difficult. I said, shh. I spilled my hot chocolate. There was none left. The shops were closed. I think people had got on strike. So I was extra angry by his response, and he didn't have any more hot chocolate. Then I said, Paolo, don't you dare take me for a fool. Paolo said, no, don't take me for a fool. This was your time. This was where you delivered the thing to Juventus. But then he said, maybe I'm not that dude. Like, whoa. You know, what's it called? Like, you know, like in the Matrix, like bullet time's like, whoa, back up. Maybe you're not that guy. Maybe you're not that guy. It's like, what do you mean? So I was like, for Juve, I think it's done. And I had another call. Actually, no, I was invited to something. So it was like this amazing, it was like a yacht, huge, massive mansion and stuff, like white tigers and everything. It was elaborate. And say, oh, are you half up? So I'm fine. Because this guy, like, amazing, like, robe and everything. He had a sword. I said, okay. It's been a long time since I've actually fought and everything. So I don't really know that I've got the whole wrist action there. But I said, look, come in, you know. So there was this guy, you know, massive sword, huge rope, going into this room. And then in this room, there was Nedved, there was Agnelli, and for some very strange reason, and I don't really know why, Jacopo was there. So actually what I actually wanted to leave, so I was like, okay, I think I'll come to the room, but then they said, Ronaldo is in there. So Jacopo was just like in the back, and I think there was like go-go dances around him. So that was just off-putting me, but then Agnelli and Nedved were there, and they said how for to stop. And guys, the food was freaking amazing. So there was like some nice fish. There was like this kind of hors d'oeuvres, pancakes. You know, I love pancakes. The food was amazing. So I was eating, but I didn't want to just because I didn't eat for like a week. I was doing some kind of crazy stuff. So I was eating, but I was like, okay, why am I here? And why is Jacopo in the back being given a private dance? I was like, okay, this is strange. And why is there a guy with a samurai sword hovering over me with a huge long beard? But then Agnelli said, look, we've done something. I said, what have you done? We got it. What do you mean you got it? You got who? Him. We got it. I was like, all right. Okay. So are you going to tell me anything more? And Agnelli then nudged Nedved. And Nedved basically took like a sip of this one and stuff. And he then leaned closer to me and said, okay, it's like, all right. So I went in there and they whispered into my ear, Cristiano, Mr. Champions League. As soon as he said that, I fell back on my chair. I just started to go crazy. And then Jacopo tried to help me up, and I then punched him in the face. And then I was thrown out. So yeah, that's how that ended. But then I then went back and so forth. And then I was like, what the heck? They call Cristiano. I was like, no. So I thought I was dreaming. So I was like, I'll sleep on it. So I woke up the next day. welcome to Juventus, Cristiano was there. I was like, wow! That really happened. That really happened. Oh my God, it wasn't a dream. And the reason why he's here. He's here because of the Champions League. He's here because he's Mr. Champions League, the greatest ever player in Champions League history. And Cristiano is a guy who knows that this could change things for him. And yes, guys, he called me. Cristiano called me. So this is a late at night. Called me up. And he said, is this half hope? Because I know it was his voice to say this is half hope. And I said, no. I said that. I know what your voice sounds like. I was like, damn it, I should have used the voice of that old lady from Prague. And then he said to me that, you're a dickhead. That threw me back. Because I said, whoa, okay, that's a bit extreme. Then he kept on going. He said, you're bold, you're extremely arrogant, you're not well informed, you're a hater, and your agendas and your narratives are the saddest things I've ever heard of in my life. I was like, that's a lot to unpack. And then I always, this is what I said, may I respond? He said, no, go screw yourself. I was like, okay, that's going to be a bit hard. He continued. You never give me the credit I deserve. What more do I have to do? I tried to interject. He said, shut the heck up. I was like, okay, you called me and now I can't speak. Fair enough. He kept on going. He talked about his champions for Real Madrid. He talked about the Euros. He talked about all the kind of stuff that he's won. I was trying to respond to the Euro thing. He said, if you do, I'm going to send some guys to beat the crap out of you. I was like, you know what? I've not fought in a while. I will allow him to continue. He said, I'm going to bring these guys this trophy. I was like, okay, wait. I said, hold on. I said, Christian, you can't. You're only one man. You can't bring them to him because if you do that, and then he then said, if I do that, then I then said, oh, sorry, it's crapping up. They said, no. So what did he say? He said, if I bring them this Champions League, what do you say? So as a right now, I was like, I was sweating profusely, I took like my medication and stuff. I don't take drugs, but just my medication. And then I was like, oh my God, in heaven. Whoa. Because I think I was in some kind of like weird space and everything. So I was like, if you win them this Champions League, something that they've been craving for so long, and a team that is inferior to their previous teams, we'll have a conversation. And then he said it. He said, I want horseman status. I was like, Cristiano, you can't do it. He tells me that you must open up the debates to the streets. I was like, I can't do that. Because if I do, I will lose. But he said, no. You must. If I lead them to a Champions League, you must do an official live stream where you discuss my credentials for horseman status because this is Dodd. He said the word. He said the word. I dropped the phone. I fainted. They had to call the ambulance. I was in ER for 2 days straight, eating food through a tube. Juventus have suffered. They've suffered. 2015, they got beat. It was what it was. 2017, that was their team. That was their chance. And I don't know if there was 18 or 19 where Cristiano scored in the very last minute. They may have felt hard done. So Larry would have felt that I took them as far as I could. But Pirlo, trying to do what Zidane did, and Pirlo is now tasked with, I want to take this team to the promised land. it is time that I leave them to someone before. And I met with Pirlo, and Pirlo said to me that, have hope. We have to believe. I said, Andrea, you're my guy. I love it. You're one of my idols. But belief isn't enough in the CL. You need money and you need to be real. Okay, you need that money play. Say, no. Have hope, no. I feel something special. It's like, what? Pirlo? I said, no. There is something about this team. And he then said, psychology. I was like, Pirlo, relax. I'm begging you, please. He said, no. I said, Pirlo, stop. I'm begging you. I was on my knees. I told you guys I was literally on my knees. Because it was freaking ground. My knees were bloody. He said, no. He said, no. He said, listen. There is something in Cristiano that can't be explained. I was like, yes, it can. No goals in a World Cup. I said, shush. He then slapped me across the face. It still stings. He said, look, listen. Dybala, Morata, Chiesa, Ramsey, Bentancur, Cuadrado, Chiellini, Bonucci. There is something they believe. They believe. They believe. So what? And guess who walks through? I was still on the gravel floor, just nursing my cheek. It was Buffon. I was about to get off. Buffon then kicks me in the guts and says, oh, I bet you didn't think that old men could fight. So basically, I'm nursing my cheek. I'm nursing my balls and my guts. And it's a very weird scenario because both Pirlo and Buffon are both hovering over me. So the optics could look very weird. But then Buffon then says, I was robbed in 2017. And the reason why I'm here is because I am not retiring until I win a Champions League. Because I was like, Buffon, that's unrealistic. Okay, Buffon, that is unrealistic. So you're telling me that you're going to keep playing to your 50 or 51 until you win a Champions League? He says, yes. He says, however long it takes, I am not stepping foot into retirement until I have a Champions League winner's medal. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Just pause for a minute. Just think for a minute about what I've just said. Just for 1 second, think. I was confused, guys. I'm on the floor. I'm bleeding. I tried to call the ambulance. He kicked the phone away. Buffon did. Buffon is very violent for a 43-year-old, by the way. Can Juventus win this Champions League? They have the man. They have the man. Do they have the team? Not many people have the man. In that 2017 final, they didn't have the guy. If they had Cristiano in that 2017 final, maybe they win. Maybe they win. Cristiano has only been on the losing team in a CL final once. And I was back in 2009 against that amazing Barcelona team. Ever since then, I believe every final he's been to, he has said what's up. Disappointments can hurt. It can sting. It can pain. 03, 2015, 2017, just all these things. But when he did say, we believe, 80% of football is mental. 80%, I said 80%. 20% is your talents. You know how talented you are. You know you can control the ball. You know you can pass. You know you can do all this stuff. But what puts you over the edge is this. Your psychology, your mentality, your profound belief in achieving that goal. Juventus know they won it. That's why they got Cristiano. And they know that they have to win it. And if Cristiano delivers this, for me, because of Dodd, it would be one of his greatest achievements. It would. Because this team isn't as good as the United team. This team isn't as good as the Real Madrid team. So he would have successfully completed Dodd, degree of difficulty. And if he wins this, if he wins this, I'm pregnant. Become a Patreon member. Get access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfwop to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.